is up, you guys? My name is Aubrey and this is my channel, and today I want to talk about what is going on regarding the PPP, stimulus checks, and the $1.9 trillion stimulus package. So in this video, I'm going to be breaking down where we currently stand with all of these topics, what we can expect from the coming weeks, and most importantly, what all of this means for you. So let's get started. Man, so the last couple of days have just been jam-packed with new updates and just new information and kind of new progress with different pieces of legislation, as well as just new news in general. And it has been killing me to not be able to make videos about it. I was out of town the last couple of days, which is why I posted non-news content the last 2 days, and it's been killing me to not make videos about what is currently going on. So rather than making a single video talking about one single subject, I want to instead kind of do a wrap up of what has happened this past week. And with that, let's begin with PPP, or the Paycheck Protection Program. So as you guys know, we are currently in an exclusive window for the PPP application that is giving exclusive rights to apply for the PPP to people who are gig workers, independent contractors, self-employed individuals, small business owners of 20 employees or less. And as of right now, these groups of people can exclusively apply for the PPP. On top of an exclusive window, there has also been changes to the PPP formula. Instead of going by net income and using net income as a way to calculate the total PPP loan amount for independent contractors, solo entrepreneurs, it has been changed to gross income, which means that it is the amount of money that you or your business made before taxes and deductions have been taken into account, which is huge. Well, the thing is that this change was made to the PPP, but it took a few days for this new formula to be reflected on the PPP application. And it does seem as though, as of today, March 5th, this change has been made to most PPP applications. So if you apply online, if you use services like Bluevine or Cabbage, or if you even just go to your local branch bank, you should be able to apply using this new application and this new formula. I am going to be having a video coming out in the next couple of days, probably on Saturday, March 6th or Sunday, March 7th, where I will walk you through the application process from the perspective of a gig worker using this new application as well as this new formula. So if you're interested in checking that out and you want to see that video, make sure to subscribe and make sure to hit that notification bell so that you are notified when that video goes live. Next, let's move on to stimulus checks. Now, stimulus checks have had a fairly substantial change in the last couple of days, and the eligibility requirement has been narrowed even further with this newest $1.9 trillion stimulus package, as well as this $1,400 stimulus check that is being debated. So as you guys know, with the last two stimulus checks, the eligibility requirement was that if you made $75,000 or less, or $150,000 or less as a married couple, you would begin having your stimulus check phased out. But you could theoretically make $150,000, $160,000, $170,000 as a married couple and still get some form of stimulus money. It wouldn't be the full amount, but it would be a portion. Well, that has changed once again. And as of today, Friday, March 5th, if you make $80,000 or more as an individual, or if you make $160,000 or more as a married couple, you will not qualify for anything. You will not get any stimulus check. So the phasing out period is not going to really exist at all for the stimulus check, and it's instead going to be a hard cutoff. So you will receive a stimulus check in most cases if you make less than $80,000 as an individual or less than $160,000 as a married couple, but you will not receive anything if you make above that threshold. Remember that with this newest stimulus check, we do still have the full amount going to eligible dependents as well, which is huge. And so that income threshold would be applicable to those dependents as well. So if you make less than $80K or $160K, you have dependents, then you could qualify for the full $1,400 for not only you, but also your eligible dependents as well. Now, keep in mind that in regard to stimulus checks, one of the big flaws that has been happening with the last two rounds of stimulus checks is the fact that the income that was being used to determine stimulus check eligibility is fairly outdated because it's 2019 taxes. So this is something that I heard quite a lot with the last two stimulus checks, is people who maybe made a lot in 2019, but then due to the pandemic, they've lost their source of income income. They are now financially struggling, but they weren't able to get any checks because of the fact that their 2019 tax returns reflected a higher income bracket. So remember that if you're somebody who's wanting a stimulus check and you qualify now in 2021, but your 2019 income was significantly higher than it is in present day, make sure to file your taxes as quickly as possible so that once this $1.9 trillion stimulus package is passed, you can get a stimulus check based off of your 2020 taxes, not based off of your 2019 taxes. It is incredibly important to get those taxes in, get them filed, and get that out of the way ASAP. The next topic that I want to talk about is this $1.9 trillion stimulus package. So as you guys know, this package is being passed through a process called budget reconciliation, which basically fast tracks the voting process and requires less total votes in order to be passed into law. Now, this entire process has been dragged out quite significantly over the last couple of weeks, in my opinion, because of the fact that the House voted on a bill that couldn't really be passed because of the fact that it included language that the Senate had already ruled could not be included. Let me explain. So this $1.9 trillion stimulus package passed the Senate. And when it passed the Senate, it included a $15 minimum wage, which we all know is something that has been really debated over the last couple of months. Once it passed the Senate, it was then passed on to the House, and it was supposed to pass the House before it went back to the Senate for a final vote. Well, whenever it was passed to the House, it was being deliberated on, it was being voted on, and while this process was taking place, the Senate ruled that it could not include the $15 minimum wage because of the fact that the process of budget reconciliation is supposed to be used for budget-related legislation exclusively, and it was deemed that the $15 minimum wage did not meet the criteria that was needed in order to be eligible to be voted on with a budget-related bill. But the problem was that this bill was already in the House and it was already being voted on in the House. And so because of that, the House voted to pass this $1.9 trillion stimulus package. But it included the $15 minimum wage, which we all know at this point cannot be included. So once it passed the House, it then needed to go back to the Senate, where it is now being deliberated on without the $15 minimum wage. As we currently stand today, it is in the Senate. It is being debated on in the Senate. In fact, last night, on the request of a Republican lawmaker, this bill was read aloud. The entire bill, which is over 600 pages, it took right under 12 hours total to read, and it was read to every member of the Senate, which is quite honestly crazy, and I feel as though it's a bit of a waste of time, but that's a topic for another video. So that happened last night. Today, a vote-a-rama is taking place, which is one of the last steps that need to be taken before this bill can go to the House once again. A vote-a-rama can take anywhere between 12 and 24 hours. And if you're interested in learning more about what a vote-a-rama is and what exactly it includes, I do have a video on that. I will include a link to that in the description below. Like I mentioned, it could take anywhere between 12 hours. It could take longer than that. It could take more than a day. It really is going to be dependent on kind of how long lawmakers drag this out. There is no end time. There is no cap to how long a vote-a-rama can take. But the thing is, today's Friday and it is the weekend. And even though Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer has said that he is going to keep senators over the weekend to vote on this bill, my guess is that senators want to go home, they want to rest, they want to enjoy their weekend, and as a result, the process of the vote-a-rama may be expedited a bit. But that is where we currently stand right now. The bill is in the Senate. It was read aloud, which took about 12 hours. It is going through the process of a vote-a-rama today, which should take anywhere between 12 hours, maybe shorter, maybe longer, we don't exactly know. And then once that process is completed, it will then go back to the House, where it will be voted on there, and then it will be sent back to the Senate, where it will be voted on one more final time, and then it will be sent to President Joe Biden's desk. So that is kind of the rough outline of where we currently stand with this bill. Once again, there is no $15 minimum wage. Stimulus checks are included. PUA, which is the Pandemic Unemployment Assistance, is included as well as a pretty substantial child tax credit. Another topic that I wanted to discuss was unemployment. So February unemployment data was released this morning, and we have added 397,000 jobs to the economy. And as of right now, the unemployment rate is sitting at about 6.6%, though experts agree that it probably is substantially higher than that. But the fact that we've added 397,000 jobs in the month of February was way above expectation, which is great news. And it does seem as though in data reports show that the majority of those jobs came from the hospitality industry, more specifically restaurant and bars. And so as the country is opening back up, as restaurants are opening back up, as bars are starting to open back up, they are giving more people job opportunities. And because of that, the hospitality industry, I wouldn't say is seeing a rebound, but we are seeing improvements to those numbers, which is a great sign. But ultimately, you guys, once again, I mean, this week has been pretty active. I apologize that I wasn't able to cover it the last few days. Like I mentioned, one of the reasons why I had kind of non-news related videos the last couple of days, despite the fact that a lot of news was happening, was because I was out of town. I have a really cool thing that is in the works, which I will reveal on this channel in the next few weeks probably. We'll see when exactly that is revealed, but it will be revealed. And so I'm excited to let you guys know what that is once the time comes. But I appreciate you all, like always. If you have any comments, if you have any questions, if you have anything to add, then make sure to leave a comment down below. And while you guys are at it, make sure to hit the like button, hit that subscribe button, and hit that notification bell. And I'll see you guys in the next video.